Hi 17, I'm Emma Myers and this is Pass the Popcorn. Today I'll be answering a series of shady questions. I can either answer honestly or answer with a big handful of popcorn. The catch is I only get 3 passes. If I have to give Jenna Ortega an acting note, I don't think I would. She can generally do all of it. Very popular game YouTuber, Jacksepticeye, just DM'd me the other night. He finally went to go see Minecraft. And I've been a fan of his since I was like 11. And he messaged me being like, oh my god, I just saw the movie and it was great. You were funny. So we had a whole conversation about it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I will DM somebody if we both follow each other. And then that sort of, I feel like, is the mutual, okay, yeah, let's chat. I don't think I've never had somebody not answer because I will only DM if I'm sure that they will answer. Because I get really embarrassed if they don't. The most intimidating actor I've worked with. I was really scared to meet Jack Black. I was so scared because he's such a legend and I thought he was gonna be really intimidating, but he's actually not. So does that count? He ended up being such a lovely guy. Another actor that was really intimidating to work with, Gwendolyn Christie. She's the most loveliest woman ever, but she has such a presence. I just think I'm intimidated by her beauty in like a starstruck way. And I was always like in awe of her anytime I got to work with her. So I'd say her, but she's so lovely. My last listen and don't judge confession. Oh my god, that's such a hard question. I don't know what I do that I don't want to be judged for. Maybe I just don't do anything that I don't want to be judged for. Or maybe I want to keep it secret, so maybe I'll just do a little bit of popcorn. Because honestly, I can't think of anything, but I feel like that's a cop-out, so I'm just gonna move on. Which sci-fi fandom is my favorite? Honestly, I love the Good Girls fans. They're always so sweet. They're really smart because they've read the books. They deciphered and figured out who was cast in the roles months before we even announced it. Just from like the back of somebody's head or like who's following who on Instagram. They're smart smart cookies. Who would I bet on in a fight? Jack Black or Jason Momoa? I'm gonna go with Jack. Sorry Jason, sorry. Jack has a bit more experience. Also, I think he'd use his humor and his wit to beat Jason up. Jason just goes for the punch. But I feel like Jack could weasel his way around. Which one of my past co-stars would I most want to be stuck on a desert island with and least want to be stuck with? Who's someone that's resourceful? I feel like the obvious answer is to go Jason Momoa because I feel like he would be able to survive. But maybe I'd want to pick somebody who's really funny instead. So maybe I'd go with one of my very best friends, Asher Banks, or maybe I'd go with Danielle Brooks. Either of those two I'd take with me on a desert island. Who would I least want to get stuck with? That's a very easy answer. Oh no, I can't say it though. No, they'll understand. No, it's fine. Okay. I've used 2 already, dang it. That's a half one. Did I lie in this interview earlier? Who knows? No. Ooh, that's a good one. Fun fact, I used to be a pathological liar when I was like 12. So I lied all the time as a child. I don't really lie anymore because I did a full 180 and now I just overshare. I definitely tell people if they text me and they're like, hey, do you have time to chat? I always tell them, I'm at work, sorry. And I'm not at work. A role I wouldn't reprise. Probably any of my roles who have died. When a character dies and then they bring them back in a later installment, it kind of makes their death cheap. I did this film a few years ago where I drowned in a river. It's a film called Southern Gospel. I played this girl named Angie. She kind of kickstarts the main character's journey. So I think if I reprised her, the whole story would have never happened. So I would say Angie. She's got to stay dead in order for that story to be told. Have I ever had a crush on a co-star and who was it? This is messy. Why are you asking these questions? Well, I'll answer half of it. I think it'd be weird if you never had a crush on a co-star because you're all forced proximity all the time. Actors are attractive people, so I feel like it's inevitable, but I'm not gonna say who. That counts as my other half.
Yeah, okay.
So I have one more. Isabel, I love you. so much, but she knows that she's always been like this, and we love her for it. She keeps things entertaining. The worst on-screen kiss I've ever had. It wasn't bad because the person I was kissing was bad, but there was a kiss in season 1 of Wednesday between me and one of my best friends, Georgie Farmer. It was really, really cold. It was in the middle of winter in Romania. Our noses were running, and so when we kissed, both of our snot just kind of like dripped into each other's mouths, and it didn't taste very nice. It wasn't a very lovely experience for either of us, so I'm gonna say that because I know he would totally agree. Celebrity encounter left me most disappointed. Oh, I have one. I have one, and I don't know if I should say it. But I definitely have one. And anytime anybody asks me who's the worst celebrity I've ever met, I always answer this person. But I'm not gonna say it because I feel like I would get in a lot of trouble. I don't think I've had a bad premiere look so far. I'm gonna flex with that. My most toxic trait? I'm a gatekeeper, sorry. And you know what? I know why I am. Because when you get bullied when you're a kid for things that you like, and then you grow up and then everybody likes the things that you like, you're like, no, you're not allowed to like that anymore. So that's why I'm a gatekeeper. Back off, all of my interests are mine. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to check out Wednesday season 2.